Hi, this is Firelight 7002, and today I'll be doing an unboxing of a rare exit sign. Alright, so this one right here is actually really rare. I've never seen it in my whole life. Most of the exit signs you see, well, I'll tell you this first, it's direct view. Most of the exit signs you see that are direct view are like the Hubble ones or the older Gilbert ones that Hubble now owns. Also the dual light Excaliburs, all those. Even the Exitronics ones too, if I'm saying that right. But this one right here, a lot of you have seen it. I'll even tell you right now, it's a LightAlarms. I actually don't know the model number of it. I'll put it in the video once I do though. It's basically an Emergi-Lite X10, because if you don't know, LightAlarms and Emergi-Lite are both owned by Thomas and Betts. So a lot of their products, even back in the 90s, carried over. Like LightAlarms had an answer basically to the X10 series, which is Emergi-Lite's steel exit sign. And even when they did have a plastic face, the X10, LightAlarms also made one equivalent, and that's what this is. But it's a direct view. But let's get into it. So I'll unbox it, put this down. Sorry, I don't have a tripod, so I do an awkward unboxing here. Alright, there we go. So apparently this comes with a plug. That's what I saw on the eBay listing. So we should be able to plug this right in and see how either LEDs have aged or if they've actually been taken care of. So we're going to see that today as well. But nevertheless, here it is. There's the plug right there. I don't know about you guys, but for you life safety enthusiasts out there, and whoever likes collecting these things, personally, whenever I collect these things, I always think it's more interesting to find a used one that's rare than a brand new one. Or I guess if you find one that's brand new, that's rare, that's cool too. But the used ones are always cool because, you know, they always have some kind of story with them. Right. I've actually never had one of these signs before. I've had a bunch of X10s, even the model that had the plastic face and the plastic, well, just the plastic face and the metal body. But now that I have one of these in person, it looks like the whole thing is plastic. I always thought these were all metal. Well, not all metal, but the frame. Turns out it is. Looks like the panel is coming out as well. But yeah, I'll put the model number for the standard sign, even this one too. So yeah, LightAlarms, so LightAlarms sign right here, basically their answer to the X10. Now I believe the same model number is used for an actual X10 because sometime in the 90s, or I believe it was the late 90s, LightAlarms basically got Emergi-Lite's X10. Same exact sign. They discontinued this, just with their model number. I'm not sure if that same model number carried over though. But this sign, I don't know the MFG date on it yet, but it's definitely something from the 90s. Alright, so it looks like this slides out. As you know, for you guys that actually collect these things, Emergi-Lites usually slide out. Looks like these pop out. It's my first LightAlarm sign. But pretty similar to the Emergi-Lite faceplate, the plastic ones that they made back in the 80s before they went to all steel. But this sign isn't from the 80s because LightAlarms carried this over for a little bit longer, I believe until the mid 90s, because I've never seen one with the chevrons, only with the block arrows, and those were not discontinued, but all exit signs, if you don't know, are actually stopped. All the ones that had block arrows, they had to stop making them in 1994 because of ADA laws. They went to tall chevrons, and then again in 2000 they went to short chevrons, which you see today on exit signs. A lot of exit signs today have the short chevron, or all the ones that are manufactured today have short chevrons on them, and that's just because of ADA laws. They get revised. And if you see one with tall chevrons, if you haven't figured it out by now, it would be either made between 94 and 99, 2000, as most switched around then. So yeah, here's what you see inside so far. On the incandescent ones, that's why it has this, because the incandescent, it had 2 bulbs mounted downwards. If you've ever seen incandescent, it wasn't much different. Or it might have been the side actually, but nonetheless, it had incandescent bulbs, and to release the heat and minimize it, they had these. But to save money, they used the same housing for all their signs, so that was it. Looks like this is battery backup too. I did not realize that when I bought this. Do not click off. Looks like you had to have that arrow special on here, because there's no way of getting arrows in here. There's also a battery in here too. Alright, let me stop boring you. I'm gonna take this apart and I'll get right back with you. Okay, so here's for the fun part. Now you get to see it all lit up. I thought it'd be better to show it to you with the lights off at first. So, you remember what I was saying about the test button right there? Oh, looks like the battery still works. That didn't work before. Alright, so yeah, you can see. So this is a direct view exit sign. You saw the LEDs before, but now you can see them here. So back when LED exit signs were becoming a thing in the mid 80s, I hadn't come to this brand yet, but the first attempt was basically this, to have them fully out, because LEDs weren't that bright back then. They weren't as high quality as what we get today. So if you were to have an exit sign with diffused LEDs, you wouldn't get the same results. Even if you do look at exit signs from the 90s, most of them that are diffused have a ton of LEDs in them, like probably even more than this on the top and the bottom, or even, you know, facing in their unique ways, like Dual Light did with their LED signs. Forgot their name for them, but yeah, you can see this here in the dark. It's a pretty cool sign. Definitely a cool sign. Very unique. I think red and black, that's my favorite combo for any exit sign. I think it looks better than black and green. I just think that looked better until I saw the red ones more, and I think it just pops better. But yeah, you can see here. And the battery still works. That's pretty funny actually. You can see it gets dimmer because there's less voltage going to it. It's probably about 6 volts, the battery, versus 6 volts coming into, I don't know. The battery's pretty weak, so that's definitely why. I'll turn the light on. It's not a very bright sign, to let you know. Let me actually turn this on. Yeah, even from here, in person, it's really not that bright. I mean, you can tell it's on, but from a distance, it doesn't look much different than what it did when it was off, so. Just turn the light off again. Ooh, very cool looking sign. But yeah, that's it. The LightAlarms exit sign I have. I'll get the model number for you eventually. It was probably in here somewhere. I don't want to dig through it again, but yeah. Alright, and that's Firelight 7002. Make sure to subscribe for more. I have many more videos on the way, so feel free to stay tuned. Have a nice day.